the Spirit, teach us, dear Lord, to enter in. Come on, let's say that. There's a flow. Somebody ask the Lord to teach us, Lord, to enter in. Somebody lift your hands and tell them, teach us, dear Lord, to enter in the Spirit. There are rivers, streams of life, now gushing on. Hey, don't you want it? Anybody here want it tonight? Do you know you need it? Teach us, dear Lord, to enter in. There is a flow, and it's in the Spirit. Father, this is my prayer. Teach us, dear Lord, to enter into your presence. There is a flow. Somebody lift your hands to the Father. This is our prayer, Lord. Teach us, dear Lord, to enter in. Teach us to hear. Teach us. Teach us to somebody lift your voice and take a look in your mind. When it's over here, when it's all said and done, when it's over there, don't you know? Everywhere I go, here and there, here and there. Teach us, teach us how to go in your presence, Lord. I want to go past the outer point and the end, the outer point. Father, we want to go behind the veil. Open up my ears, open up my eyes, open up my understanding. Yes, Father, I want to go to another level. I got to go to another place in you. Father, I don't want to stay right here, but teach us your ways, teach us your path, teach us your life. Teach us your love. I want to know more of you. No more me, no more me, no more you. Teach your love. Somebody lift up your hands now to him and open up your mouth. Come on, open up your mouth as big as you can get it. As we go beyond the veil tonight, teach us how to go in your presence tonight, Father. Let the rivers of living waters flow. Welcome, everybody. It is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. It's a great day to be alive. Any day above ground zero is a great day to be alive. Thank all of you for getting up extra early, or you may already be up but just not used to. No, you are tuned in at the right time. We're doing a special time today because my pastor is having worship at our arena today, and it's 8:45, 10:45, and 12:45, and I'm going to help him. And so where I follow, that's where I serve. And so I'm switching what I'm doing, and I appreciate you all. I've been like this all my life. Somebody just text me and say, "Are you ministering this morning?" I say, "Yeah, I'm going 2 hours early because I'm leaving out as soon as I finish and going downtown. It's about 10 minutes away, and I got to be with my pastor." And he said, actually, Prophet TJ, he's going to be with me tonight at 9, so don't miss the prophet, voice of the prophets. But that's who I am. And that's the reason why I'm so blessed, because of my dedication to leadership. Been with the same leaders. Make sure that you share this. Thank you, Erica, for saying that. Share, share, share. We're on a different time. If you would share like I just did, I know other rooms are going on. I hate because I know Dr. Eve's room is going on, and I don't like to compete with people that I love and support. Sometimes you can't help, but those of you that did get up, I want to appreciate you so much. Tonight at 9 o'clock, we've shifted the voice of the prophets. I only have one guest every week now, and Prophet TJ will be with me tonight. Just a better opportunity for the prophet to minister to each individual. Good morning, everybody that is here. I want to go right to the word because I don't wait on anybody to come to share a word. I want to talk about what to do when life seems like it dries up. What to do when life dries up. What to do when life dries. There's an old song, Erica, that says time is filled with swift transition. None on earth can move or stand. Build your hope on things eternal. Hold to God's unchanged. Time is filled with swift transitions. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is perfect, true, but nothing is forever. Nothing is forever. Nothing is forever. Things change. People change. Wants change. Needs change. And sometimes they change
Ro, thank you so much for putting that up on your avatar. That means a whole lot to me. I want to acknowledge that, putting my graphic up. That means a whole lot to me. Thank you so much. Um, People change, places change, employment change. Thank you so much. Jobs change. Huh? What you need changes. And you shouldn't be ashamed of it. You shouldn't have to apologize for you wanting something else. One of the biggest reasons why marriages fail is because, Ariva, people don't discuss change. Put this in the comments. I have the right to change. Thanks, LB, for the follow. I have a right to change. I have a right to evolve. I have that right. I was sharing with somebody yesterday or day before yesterday. I said, well, let me tell you this. If you don't go with the change, it's going to change anyway. Let me say it again. If you don't go with life's change, it's not going to wait on you. It's going to happen anyway. Now, you can fight it, or you can sit there and die in it. Do you know how many people that have died spiritually, mentally, their soul? They're walking around, but they're the walking dead because they didn't pivot. They stayed in a place that had life no more. I'm walking heavy. Bless you, Marlene. She said, I'm going through some of them changes right now. It's a bad thing to stay somewhere where there is no life, no sign of life. It's a bad thing to be in a marriage or a relationship when there's no sign of life. What do you do, Rashida, when what you once were told that would sustain you now is killing you? What do you do when a job that you once had passion for, not because you're bored, because it's dried up? What do you do when the same family members you used to have fun with no longer you have fun with because you have different interests? The relationships have dried up. When there is no longer progress. If I'm talking to you already, just put a 1 in the chat. When there's no progress in it, when there is no movement, where there is no sustainability, where there's no sustainability, where it no longer satisfies the hunger in your belly. Some of you that are listening to me right now, you're getting dressed for that place right now. You're getting ready to go to a place for worship where you're dreading going, but you went there so long and you're so traditional that you feel like you just got to be there. Are y'all listening to me? What happens when you love the people, but it's dried up? Tina Turner had it right, Rashida. She said, Rashida, what's love got to do with it? If you have one of the signs of that life has, that area of your life has begun to dry up is that you have no excitement about it. And don't let these people tell you that you shouldn't be excited about life. Yes, you should. You should be excited about when the excitement leaves. You're not saying nothing. When there's no longer a spark in your eye. When it's no longer feeding your need, your wants, and your desires. Are y'all listening to me? When life, Crystal, Mon Cherie, when life roll, when it dries up, when there's no longer an appetite for something that once fed your spirit and soul. I don't know who I'm talking to, but you're sitting somewhere, you're in something, you're a part of something, you're joined to something, you're connected to someone that no longer feeds what you need. It is a little different from being bored. You're not bored. It's just not doing what it used to do. Because nothing is forever. So what do you do? What do you do? When God says, I'm shutting it down. Actually, when God uses you, what do you do? Come here, Erica. You're a preacher. What do you do when God tells you to shut something down, but you have to live? This is a bomb. And you have to live, Miss Jackie, with the consequences of what he told you to shut down. When you are, God Almighty, when you are a casualty of what God told you to leave, when you feel the effects of what God told you to walk away from, when you're crying over a relationship or somebody that God told you to walk away from, but he don't tell you that you're still a casualty of war. God Almighty. He told you to leave, but you feel the emotions from it. He told you to leave, but he didn't tell you how you're going to still feel about it when you leave. He told you to walk away, but he didn't tell you, I'm in here. He told you to walk away from it, but he didn't tell you that the walking was going to be painful. He told you to leave it, but he didn't tell you the leaving was going to cause you to ball up in a knot in the bed. He told you to walk away from a job, but he didn't tell you what job was next. He told you to close up the business, but he didn't tell you what business was. What do you do when he tells you and you obey? That's it, Keena. When he gives you peace, but at the same time, you're hurting from the peace that he gives you. What do you do when he tells you walk away from them, but deep down in your heart, and you will not tell anybody how much you love the person that you left, but you know that it was toxic? What do you do when it dries up, but you still love it? Huh? What do you do when you love it, but you got to walk away from it? When love is not enough to be with it. When the money is not enough, it just ain't no passion for it no more. Wake up, y'all. You here, so you might as well wake up. Wake up. Get this word. Wake up. Huh? There's nothing more to see here. Huh? Let me answer. in there's a very familiar passage of scripture. It's found in 1 Kings 17. You know it. Y'all giving me answers. I'm giving the revelation. Y'all wait for the word. All right. I think that's the reason why most people are going through what they go through. They got the answer, and the answer ain't working. Let me revelate the word. What do you do when life dries up? It's found in 1 Kings 17. 1 Kings 17, verse 1. Now Elijah the Tishbite from Tishbe in Gilead said to Ahab, as the Lord God of Israel lives, whom I serve, there will be neither dew nor rain in the next few years, except at my word. The prophet gives a word to the people that there will be no rain. He spoke the word that things are going to dry up in the land. He got the word from God. Are y'all tracking with me? He got the word from God, Joy, to speak the word. Rashida, Crystal, you there, Crystal? That there will be no rain nor dew, not even dew, not even dew. He gives the word. Have you ever got a word before from God and know it was a word, and God told you to speak it? No rain, no dew. But then you got to live yourself by the word, Laura, justice that God gave. You got to work through the very word that God gives you. Ain't nobody woke but Erica. Everybody else that came on and went to sleep. Ain't nobody typing. Huh? What do you do when the word that was given to you all, come here, Kena, come here, Reva, Latricia, when the word that you give, Jennifer, also affects your life? When the word that is for everybody else also affects your life. I mean, I'm the prophet that gave the word. Is anybody tracking with what I'm saying? The same word that is given to the people by the prophet has to live by the word and be sustained by the word. God tell you to walk away from the job, but then you got to figure out how you're going to live. God tell you to walk away from a relationship, but then you got to figure out how you're going to heal through it. Are y'all listening to me? God tells you to do this, that, and the other. Leave here. He tells you to go to a place that you know nobody to live. You're leaving. But then you got to get there and there's nobody you know, and you got to live through the isolation. Have you ever gotten a word from the Lord before, and then you got to live by the word that he gave you, and it ain't that pretty? You gotta heal through the word. Huh? Are y'all listening to me? God tell you to leave all your friends and don't be bothered with this one. And these are people that you talk to every day. Now you're alone by yourself. You're isolated. You're alone. But you know without a doubt there is the effects, Joy, of the word that was given. Because there's a process that the word has to bring. But then if God, come here, Kena, come here, Rashida, come here, Erica. If God gives you a word, then he is going to sustain you through the word. That's it, Ro. Your job is to obey. His job is to sustain. I just said something. Kena and Erica, and Rashida, put that in the chat. Joy, put it in the chat. Laura, your job is to obey. God's job is to sustain you through your obedience. Woo! Miss Gilmore, are you listening to me? I'm hot today. Come here, Miss Jackie. Your job is to obey the word and give the word. His job is to sustain you through the word that he gives you. I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed. I got to go, y'all. Begging bread. 10 people that this word is for. I need you to put in the chat right now. This is for me. This is for me. This is for me. I got up early just for this word. Huh? God's job is to sustain you. Huh? Are y'all listening to me? Trust and obey, for there is no other way to be happy in Jesus than to trust and obey. I got to go to church. There's somebody you got to make a decision. I woke up early, 2 hours early, to tell you to make the decision. I woke up 2 hours early just for you, Phyllis Young. I woke up to tell you that if you obey God, he will sustain you. Somebody, the Lord is speaking to you concerning a move. You got an Abraham anointing on you. You got to move away from them. I don't know who I'm talking to, but the Lord said that it is his will. And if you do it and trust him and obey, he will sustain you. Are y'all listening to me? If you trust and obey, he will sustain you. If you trust and obey, hold on, Kenan, he will sustain you. I'm coming, Kenan. If you trust and obey, he will sustain you. If you do what God says, he will sustain you. If you leave, he will sustain you. So Elijah says, there will be no rain, there would be no dew. And then God speaks and give him his sustainability. He gives him his provision. Go start the business. I ain't got the money. You got a vision. Go start the business. Huh? Go get the dress. I ain't got nobody to marry. Go get the dress. Hang it up. Don't tell nobody. Are y'all listening? Go pick up the ring. I ain't got nobody. Go do it. Just do what I tell you to do. Because trusting God looks stupid sometimes. Go get the building. Go sign the lease. Huh? Because provision follows vision. Are y'all listening to me? Verse number 2. Let's go, y'all. Then the word of the Lord came to Elijah. Then the word of the Lord came to Elijah. He gives, come here, Keena. Come here, Crystal. Come here. Come here, Joy. Come here, Miss Jones. He obeyed God's. Are y'all listening to me? This is important. He obeyed God's. Somebody say, teach, Bishop. I ain't got but 20 minutes. He obeyed God. Gives the word of the Lord to the people. Now God gives him the word of sustainability. He gives the word of the Lord to the people. Now God gives the word of the Lord to sustain him. He tells, now he gives what God said to the people. Joy, are you listening to me? He gives the word of the Lord to the people in verse 1, tells them what's going to happen. And then now God in verse 2 gives the word to Elijah. Leave here. Turn eastward. Go to Kerith Ravine, east of the Jordan. You will drink from a brook. Y'all not saying nothing. Go where I tell you. Are y'all listening to me? Huh? Give the word. Do what God tells you to do, and then he'll give you a word. Open your mouth and give what God says, and then he will sustain you. Y'all not saying nothing. Huh? He says, go down to the brook. called Cherith. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to supply you food. Huh? He gave the word. There are 5 people today. 5 people today that will obey God today. There are 5 people today that will obey this word with a seed of 125. Huh? There are 5 people. Huh? Sow your provision seed. What we naming it, Erica? Provision seed. I can't release it, Ken, until he say it. Sow your provision seed of 125. There are 5 people. Huh? There are 5 people that will sow your provision seed. Kina says she's one. You're sowing a provision seed of 125. 125. 125. Huh? The given information is there. The given information is there. There are 5 people. Put a check mark in there if you're doing it. There are 5 people. This is a sacrifice. If it don't hurt, then do something more. If it don't hurt, do something more. So he tells him, he said, go eastward. I got a brook for you to drink from. I'm going to provide because you obeyed. Some people, you're not getting provision because you haven't obeyed God. Huh? Y'all not saying nothing. He said, I'm going to provide because you obeyed. Put that in the chat. He said, I'm going to provide. I got to go to church, y'all. I'm going to provide. There are 3 more of you. Phyllis Young says she's doing that. There are 3 more of you that are going to sow that provision seed. Obey God. Obey God. He said, I'm going to provide. Put that in here. Put it in the chat. I'm going to provide because you obeyed. Provision comes from obedience. Y'all not saying nothing. Somebody got a brand new car. Y'all not saying nothing. You're sowing that seed, Arsenio Gilmore. Are you sowing that seed? Somebody got a brand new car, and the Lord spoke to me when they got the car. He said, pay their first car note. Y'all not saying nothing. Good morning, King. Good morning, King. Good morning, King. He said, pay their first car note. I said, what are you talking about? He said, I said, pay their first car note. He said, pay their first car note. I said, okay, God, I obey. I obey. I paid their first car note. Y'all not saying nothing. I paid. Y'all ready for this? Take off running. I paid their first car note after 30 days, 40 days, whatever they would get. I paid their first car note. And I don't have 1 car left to rent this weekend. Y'all not saying nothing. I paid their first car note. I just thought of this. I obeyed God, and all of my cars out except 1 car. My old school car. I got to drive that to church. And if they wanted that, I'd take an Uber. Y'all not saying nothing. He gave everything back. I'm telling you, when you obey God, I paid their first car note. I just thought of it. Obey God. Y'all not saying nothing. When you obey God, he then sustains you and provides for you. He spoke to the people. There will be no rain and no dew. Verse 1. Roll, bless you. There are 2 more. He spoke to the people in verse 1. Then God spoke to him in verse 2. Are y'all listening to me? He obeyed. Verse 2. Here comes the provision, Rashida. You will drink from the brook. I have directed the raven to supply you with food there. You're going to drink from a brook, not a river. I gave you your own little brook. Y'all not saying nothing. This is the word. This is the word for this minute. This is the word for this season. This is the word for today. This is the word for this moment. This is the word of the Lord for June. This is the word of the Lord for the 22nd, 23rd day. This is the word for this moment. I'm going to sustain you at a brook, Elijah. This is the word I'm giving you right now. Because you obeyed me, you won't have to live under the very drought. You're going to be affected by it. Huh? You're going to get a little inconvenience, Anita. Huh? The inconvenience is you're going to have to move from where you are and go somewhere else. You ain't gonna die. You ain't gonna die. Y'all not saying nothing. You ain't gonna die. The inconvenience is you're gonna have to move your little hind part from where you are. There's gonna be some movement. You're gonna be uncomfortable, Anita. You're gonna be uncomfortable. You're gonna be uncomfortable. That's why you blessed, Kena, because you paid people's rent. Huh? You're going to be uncomfortable, Anita. This move is going to be uncomfortable. What God spoke to you, Anita, is going to be uncomfortable, King. It's going to be uncomfortable for a moment. It's going to be uncomfortable for a moment. It's going to be uncomfortable for a moment. You're not going to feel right through this. It's going to be a move, but you had to speak this word because I'm bringing things in order. In order for order to come, are y'all listening to me? There has to be some uncomfortability in order for God to do what He's gonna do. I'm gonna give you momentary. I've been hot the last 2 days, Crystal. So I'm gonna have the brook, the little piece right there. I'm gonna make a brook just for you. And a dirty bird. A dirty bird. A raven is a dirty bird. He said, I'm going to take something dirty and I'm going to feed it. I'm going to feed. Do you know for a raven to go and get food and bring it to the prophet? Y'all not saying nothing. And here's the miracle of it. Brittany, the raven didn't eat the food before he brought it. Huh? God is so awesome that He commanded and spoke to the raven, go get food and bring it to the prophet, and don't you eat it before the prophet gets it. Y'all not saying that. Some of you are being sustained. I know that's revelation. Erica took off running. Huh? Some of you are being sustained because you feed the prophet. I'm out of here, y'all. I got to go to church. My pastor's looking for me. Some of you, huh? God said that I'm going to feed you. You were obedient in verse 1 and said by the word of the Lord that, hey, Elder Lords, that there will be no rain. And then in verse 2, He tells you, I'm going to sustain you because of your obedience. I'm going to keep your job. I'm going to keep you through layoffs. I'm going to keep you through wars and rumors of wars. Just be obedient. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. Y'all not saying nothing. Are y'all listening to me? Because the raven, the dirty bird, huh? The dirty bird. Some of you are just like the raven. God has spoken to you and said you are to sustain the prophet, to sustain the man or woman of God. So He supplied food. So he did what the Lord had told him, and he went there east of the Jordan and stayed there. The ravens brought him bread and meat in the morning. Hey, Joy, ravens usually eat up flesh, but the raven didn't eat the food. Y'all not saying nothing. Julian, God bless you, man. I love you, sir. The raven didn't eat the food. Have you ever looked at that text, Julian, Pastor Julian, Bishop Julian? Get ready for promotion. Bishop Julian, get ready for promotion. Promotion is coming to your church. Promotion is coming to your life, sir. Get ready for promotion. You will see the hand of the Lord on your life before the end of this year. Get ready for the oil to flow of a new title, a new position. I don't know what you're praying for. Ooh, I like this 7 a.m. Fresh, early in the morning. So the raven sustained him. Huh? Meat in the morning. But the raven didn't eat none of it. Problem with some people, they eating up everything. But in verse number 7, put it up there, y'all. Verse number 7, I'm done. Here's my message. In verse number 7, Erica, you got quick hands. In verse number 7, Rashida, the word of the Lord says, what I spoke yesterday don't mean it's still on for today. What I told you to do yesterday don't mean it's still for today. What I told you to do 3 months ago don't mean it's still for today. What I told you to do a year ago don't mean it's still for today. You keep doing what you're doing, Rashida, until you get new instructions. But when new instructions come, some of you got new instructions, but you still living off the old brook. Some new instructions come in verse number 7, and it came to pass after a while. Yeah, I'm out of here, y'all. And it came to pass after a while. And it came to pass after a while. And it came to pass after a while. After a while. And it came to pass after a while. People around here want to keep you boxed into where you were. You're not there no more. It came to pass after a while. I want to say something so bad. Huh? And it came to pass after a while that the brook dried up. It wasn't nothing deep. It dried up because there was no rain. God said, now you got to live by the word that you gave in verse 1. The brook didn't dry up because God dried it up. It dried up. Some of y'all so deep. The devil didn't dry it up. It dried up because of the word that the prophet gave. Y'all so deep. It says it dried up because it was no rain. God knew how long that the brook was going to last without rain. You deep wonder? It dried up because it was no rain. The very word that was spoken, you crying because of the very word. He told you to leave him, leave her, leave that place. You're crying because you're human. But after a while, there are 2 more people that's going to sow that 125. Are y'all listening to me? Huh? Because you got to live by the same word that God gave. He said, huh? Well, if God told me it wouldn't hurt. God never said it. His own son Jesus cried drops of tears of blood. What you think you are? Because you're human. Some feelings is because you're human. I don't care how spiritual you are. You're crying because you're human. You're made up of flesh. You're a spirit. But you're also flesh. The brook dried up because there was no rain. What do? I asked y'all in the beginning, Erica, when you have to live by what God told you to say. When you have to live by what he told you to leave. When you have to live by the choice that he told you to make. And after a while, there are 5 people that's going to sow 125. If you're sowing that 125, I want you to put a check mark. I think 3 people have already sold or say they're sowing. You're sowing that seed. You're sowing that seed. And the brook dried up. Y'all not saying nothing. Hey, Kina, you asked for a refund. You sold to the wrong. That's not mine. That account is closed. Celebration Church. Ask them for a refund. Ask Givelify. You all don't give to Celebration Church. That is not my. That is closed. That is not my Givelify. That is not my Givelify. My Givelify is Greg Davis Ministries. It's Greg Davis Ministries. It's Greg Davis Ministries, not Celebration Church. Greg Davis Ministries. Greg Davis Ministries. Greg Davis Ministries. And the brook dried up. So what do you do when the brook dries up? What do you do when God tells you to go one place one day, but now it's dried up? Are y'all listening to me? What do you do? Huh? When God told you to end the relationship and leave? What do you do when it was good yesterday, but it's no good no more? What do you do when you drunk from somewhere? Huh? And you no longer can drink from it? Huh? That's okay. Ain't nothing in my phone. I don't care about you can see in my phone. There's nothing in my phone. It's emails. I'm looking at the giving. If you're paying attention to the word, then you wouldn't be seeing all in my phone. Y'all are funny. I ain't got nothing to hide. So who is that? Carly? You can see all in my phone, see? Huh? I like calling the people's name and praying over them. Huh? That's okay. I appreciate you. Huh? What do you do when what he told you yesterday is no longer taking care of you, but you're living off of the word? Y'all not saying nothing. Huh? What do you do? He said, and the brook dried up. Now I'm going to send you to the widow's house. What do you do when life dries up? You go to the next place. Huh? You listen to the next word. Huh? You live off of the next. You don't, there's a time that you get up from the crying and you get up and you go to the next place where God is going to sustain you. You go to the next place. Are y'all listening to me? Huh? You move to the next. I'm not going to go that far, Erica. What do? He just told you to do this today. I mean, literally. He told you to go somewhere Monday. Now he's telling you to leave where he told you. Y'all not listening to me. I said he just told you Monday to do it. And then he told you, okay, that was just for then. Huh? God, help me to obey you by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. Don't let me get stuck on what you said yesterday. Because joy, the worst thing to be is where God is not no more. You will die, Kina, where God is not anymore. He's not in the brook and the raven no more. He's at the widow's house. He's no longer. People trying to take credit for what they did for you and who there's, shucks now. You know how many people I've helped in life and they're no longer around? If I tried to hold on to them, I would miss who's here now. You don't never hear me say, oh yeah, this one, I put them on TV. This one, I put them on TV. This one have been in my show. Yeah, they're all over the country now because of that. And I did this because of them. And I ain't did nothing. I was a vessel that God used. Who am I to start taking credit for what God did? I was the brook. I was the raven. And then that dried up. You know how many prophets that been on the Voice of the Prophets and then moved on? I sit back and I'm proud of them. For some of you, you're trying to be sustained and try to get provision from something that has dried up. It no longer feeds you. It no longer waters you. It no longer helps you to progress. It no longer speaks to your spirit. It no longer put, there are those that come into your life forever. Not very few people come into your life forever. They speak to your spirit. They speak to your now. They speak to your past. They speak to your future. Not very many people speak to your past, your now, and your future. Not many people can walk you through every phase of life. Only a few come in your life. My bishop, I've been with him 32 years. He turned 75 years old the end of July. My grandfather planted. Bishop Morton watered, and God gave the increase. Bishop Morton died. So before I died, something happened to him. Heaven forbid, God forbid. I ain't finding nobody else. I got a local pastor that I go to church. That's why this is 7 a.m. in the morning. There's only a couple of people, Kina, Anita, that come into your life, Ro, forever. There's only a couple of people, Joy, that come in your life forever. You know how many people? There's only a couple of people. I would be a millionaire if everybody that told me I'll be here. Don't tell me you ain't going nowhere, because that's when the devil starts fighting. Just don't tell me that. Say I'm here for you, but don't tell me you ain't going nowhere, because that's when the devil fights you. And the brook dried up. I played this song on purpose. There's a flow in the spirit. I got to go, y'all. And the brook dried up. I'm sending you somewhere else. I got another place. I got somebody else to sustain you. And they're going to be right on time. They're going to be just what you need. The widow woman. What you least expect is going to sustain you. Who you least thought. Come here, Kena. The person that they tried to keep you away from. Y'all not saying nothing. Huh? Some devils. I'm going to tell it. Huh? Some people so mean and trifling and low down. Huh? People tell me all the time. They told me not to come in your room. They told me don't be bothered with you because they don't want you to get what's in here. I'm telling it all, you devils. Huh? Trying to get somebody to miss out on what's fake. Huh? I'm called, don't let me call names. Don't let me call names. It's amazing to me how people try to prevent others from getting what they need. Always learn. Figure out, why are you telling me this about somebody? Do you even know them? Have you even met them? Huh? Are you listening to me, y'all? Be careful of devils that's trying to keep you for your next. Provision seed, Kena, provision. Are y'all listening to me? Oh, I'm walking heavy in here. Ain't no amens off of that. Did you hear what I just said, Kena? I just told it all. Huh? Why are you trying to keep me from them? Huh? Just because you confused. Just because you don't. I'm done. And the brook dried. What do you do when life dries up? You move on to the next thing that God got for you. Listen, y'all. Listen, y'all. Listen, y'all. Listen, y'all. Listen, y'all. Listen, y'all. You see what Keena's saying? I'm being quiet because people told me you was the devil. Don't nobody know me. The only person that's ever seen me before on the Clubhouse app, King came to my service. Are y'all listening to me? Huh? Are y'all listening to me? How can anybody tell you I'm anything and you never met me before? Huh? Crazy. Don't mess with me. Don't touch not your prophet. Do your prophet no harm. Huh? Because one thing about me, I love God and I love God's people. But I am not to be moved by witchcraft, the spirit of witchcraft. The spirit of witchcraft is not somebody on a broom. The spirit of witchcraft is a controlling demon. There are people that have left this life because of one person telling people stuff and the people don't even know. Huh? When you help people, I'm done. I'm done. And you miss out on the next. Elijah could have said, Sierra, Elijah could have said, King, I don't want to go to no widow's house. What's she gonna do? You got to obey God. You got to stop saying who you don't like, because that very person you don't like is the very person that got the word for your life. The very person that they trying to keep you from. The devil, they calling people a devil, and they the devil trying to keep the word from you. Are y'all listening to me? What do you do when things begin to dry up? You move to the next thing that God says. If he don't say nothing, you sit right there until he does something. Joy, if he ain't saying nothing, you don't do nothing. If he ain't saying nothing, you don't. But when he says it, don't care how stupid it looks, Erica. Don't care. Now, wait a minute. You just had a dirty bird and a brook. Now you telling me to go to a widow's? How you gonna tell God how to sustain you? How you gonna tell God how to move? Your answer is yes. And when he gets to the woman's house, she's gathering sticks. She's preparing to bake a cake. Don't look like sustain. She don't even know he's coming. Y'all not saying nothing. When God gets ready to move you, sometimes the person that God is sending you to, they don't even know you. Your job is to obey God. Your job. What do you do when everything dry? Obey God. I love y'all. I'm done. Jesus Christ, I need to come on at 7 a.m. on TikTok like this every morning. It's 60 people over here. Huh? You're sowing that seed. You're sowing that seed. That's it. What is it? Let's replay it, Crystal, just for you. Verse number 1, Anita. God tells the prophet to speak to the people of God, to the king. There'll be no rain or no dew. But he has to be sustained himself. Huh? What do you do when God gives you a word and it affects you? When he tells you to walk away from somebody and you're crying. When he tells you to leave somebody and you love them. When he tells you to leave a job and you don't know how you're going to make it. Huh? You got to live, Joy, off of the same word that you're given. But he obeys God. Verse number 2, he tells him, I'm going to send you to a raven. Ravens are going to feed you flesh and water. They're going to bring it to you. They're your room service. You're going to live by a brook. Huh? That's where you're going next. Because you were obedient and you said what I say, then I'm going to take care of you. You're going to have concierge service. I'm going to sustain you, Crystal. Huh? And then the brook dries up. It's time to move somewhere else. That source, that sustainability, that provision, it dries up. It's time to move somewhere else. Now I'm going to send you there. and I'm going to take care of you. All because, Rashida, in verse number 1, you was obedient. Everybody else, you don't have the 125. I want you to sow 25. I'm still looking for those other 2 people. Who's going to sow that 125? Everybody else, you're sowing a seed of $25. Get the seed in the ground. I got to go. I'm 1 minute over. I'm 1 minute over. Thank y'all for coming early. Lord have mercy. Prophetess Nina rolled over. Lord, Derek found me. Lord, I didn't even look in here. Lisa's here. I ain't looked at the screen because I've been so caught up. Look at y'all. I love y'all. Y'all my people. I love you. I love you. Thank you for coming. Sierra's even here, and I need to come this early. Huh? God Almighty. Thank y'all. Honey up here. Look at y'all getting up. Huh? That's my sermon. Neek is here. Where y'all come from? That's my message. Huh? You got to learn how to shift. God wants your obedience. If you be willing and obedient, you shall eat of the good of the land. If you be willing and obedient, you shall eat of the good of the land. I see y'all love me, Kingdom. If you be willing and obedient, you shall eat of the good of the land. If you be willing and obedient, you shall eat of the good of the land. If you be willing and obedient, you shall eat of the good of the land. If you be willing and obedient, you shall eat of the good of the land. If you be willing and obedient, you shall eat of the good of the land. For the 10th time, if you be willing and obedient, you shall eat of the good of the land. If you be willing and obedient, you shall eat of the good of the land. Only when you be willing and obedient. When the cloud moves, you move. When the cloud moves, you move. I don't care if you just wrote a book, write another one. If he tell you to do it. Huh? I don't care if they tell you your credit ain't no good. If he say show up to the dealership today, go. When he move, come here, Sierra, you move just like that. If you be willing and obedient. All he wants you to do is to speak what he speak and then just show up. That's it, Kingdom. I'm done. I got to go to church. I got to be willing and obedient. I got to go serve my pastor. We got 3 services. I got to go serve my pastor. If you be willing and obedient. Everybody that's going to sow that seed, put the giving information up one more time. You're sowing 125. There are 5 of you that are going to sacrifice, and you're going to sow that 125. If you be willing and obedient, there's 5 of you that's going to sow that 125. Everybody else is going to sow 25. The giving information is right there. I got to go. The giving information is right there. The giving $, contact Greg Davis at gmail.com. Givelify, Greg Davis Ministries. Zelle, Greg Davis Show at gmail.com. Venmo, Greg Davis 1. Apple Pay, Bishop GMD at mac.com. You're sowing that $25. You're sowing that 125. I love y'all. Tonight at 9 o'clock, the voice of the prophets, Prophet TJ Modoc, 12 midnight. 12 midnight is the midnight cry. The midnight cry. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for getting up early. We're back at 9 a.m. next Sunday. I'm on my way to church. If you want to look at it, it's Triumph Church of Detroit. Ty Tribbett is our guest. Triumph Church. Huh? I'm living a triumph life. Huh? That's right, Sierra. Huh? Ty Tribbett is with us. 8:45, 10:45, 12:45. I got to go get my camera and help my pastor with social media. All right. I'm out of here. Deuces. I'll see y'all tonight. 9 p.m. Have a great Sunday. Stay hydrated. Drink your water and mind your business. Drink your water and find out what God has for you next. What does God have for you next? I love y'all. Go with God, everybody. Honey, go with God. Go with God, everybody. Have a blessed day. Bye. Go with God. Go with God, Joy. Go with God. Go with God.